Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? It's your girl, sister girl. And y'all see it. Dr. Jackie's patients are coming forward talking about their experiences. And woo, child. I'm just like, ooh, this is team too much. This is team too much. But let's listen, y'all. Let's listen to what they got to say. And I'll be back.
Y'all, I'm seeing Dr. Jackie all over my For You page in regards to the comments she made about Black women, and I just want to give my 2 cents. I chose Dr. Jackie because, she's in the Atlanta area. She was a Black female doctor, and knowing like the high mortality rate with Black women during childbirth, I wanted to feel protected, so I wanted a Black doctor. But honestly, this was the most traumatic birthing experience I could have possibly thought I would have went through. To make a long story short, the day I turned 38 weeks, Dr. Jackie decided to induce me because they thought my baby had a low birth rate, meaning they thought he only weighed like 5 pounds. I went to the hospital that day, not knowing that I was going to be spending the next 3 days in labor in excruciating pain. And not only was it painful for me, it was painful for my child because his heart rate was going up and down, up and down, up and down, with them trying to exhaust every option they could to get him out of me. So when all their methods failed, they ended up telling me that I had to have an emergency C-section because his heart rate had got too low. And y'all, when I tell y'all I was bawling from the moment they told me to the moment they put me on a table, crying, couldn't talk, like I couldn't even open my mouth. After that was all said and done, weigh him, he ended up being 6 pounds, 8 ounces, meaning he didn't have a low birth rate and he could have stayed in me until he was ready to come out. Mind you, in those 3 days, I didn't see Dr. Jackie one time. Not one time did I see her. And I had my baby during COVID, so it was only one person allowed in the delivery room, me and my mom, and I was scared out of my mind. Okay, scared. And then my baby, like now, he has like developmental delays. And I don't know if I should associate that with them inducing me because personally, I feel like if they let him cook a little bit longer, he would have been fine. But who am I to say that's correlated? But that's just my story and I'm sticking to it and I will not be going back to her. Yeah.
So, y'all, yes, she said that Dr. Jackie gave her a bad birthing experience. And look, we have people in the comments. Leona Johnson says, "Oh my God, I think I'm ready to tell my story. I will never go back to Northside Hospital or back to Dr. Jackie. A very traumatic experience." I'm like, oh my God. And then you got Tia who says, "I have a story too. Dr. Jackie didn't show up to my birth because she didn't take my pain serious. I almost lost my son. Are you serious?" And then you got somebody else. Dr. Jackie was one of my doctors too. I only seen her twice in 39 weeks. They're like they mostly seen the midwives. People was like, some people was like, just started leaving reviews. And then people was like, I was pregnant and tried to go to Dr. Jackie for the same reason. I had the worst experience with the desk. The midwife tried to pressure me into. I'm like, oh my God, this is sad. Like, I went to Dr. Jackie in 2010, way before Married to Medicine. My first visit was my ultrasound was very cold and dry. I immediately switched to Dr. Castell. So a lot of people are, saying that yeah, they did. It is not looking good for Dr. Jackie, like Dr. Jackie. And this is just on this one person experience. This one person's experience. Now, because this woman has said that her story is her baby has developmental delays because she feel like he was forced to come here. She wanted him to cook a little longer. Now, this is her perspective. This is her child, her perspective. She is the mother. You know what I'm saying? And as a mother who was forced to have her child at 36 weeks, okay, with an emergency cesarean, I can see how this mother is like, because my baby born, you might think that your child might have these developmental delays or whatever based upon what they went through in a traumatic experience of birth. Now, the traumatic experience of birth can and will cause some issues. It can and will cause some issues. So this mother is within her rights to um correlate the two. But she had to come on because people were dragging her, and she had to explain what she said in the previous video. So let's listen.
Clear some things up because I hear there's a lot of hate on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram, so I don't know what y'all are saying, but let's clear it up. Yes, I was told that my baby was measuring small, but I was also told that he hit a growth spurt and got to, I think, 5.5 pounds. I wasn't told there was something wrong with my placenta, something wrong with my amniotic fluid. He was normal. Everything with him was good. Okay. And do we not really take into consideration the margin of error with these measurements? Like, he could be bigger. Yeah, he could be smaller, but he can also be bigger. And on top of that, like, I was a tiny girl. Like, I'm tall. I was really skinny. Everybody don't carry big babies. And I think just because a baby isn't big doesn't mean they're not healthy. And mind you, my last appointment, they were monitoring my contractions that they said I couldn't feel, and told me that I was like 1 centimeter dilated and some percentage effaced. I think like 60. So meaning like my body, and also his head was down. He was in the position to come out. My body and my baby was gearing up to be ready to be born. Okay. But I was made to believe that he would just do so much better on the outside of me than inside of me. So my doctor sent me to get induced on a Monday. And that's when they started the whole induction process. Okay. And when I tell you they literally tried everything, even a damn enema, they tried everything. Like, I was going through it. My baby was going through it. Then they noticed that I wasn't progressing past 6 centimeters. So like a failure to progress. And my baby, he couldn't take it no more. And honestly, I think it was because my body was already gearing up for it. There was no need to force it. My baby wasn't ready. My body wasn't ready. Then they told me, it was starting to affect my baby. His heart rate was, going up and down. And then I needed a C-section. So at that point, I am crying. Like, literally, I couldn't talk to none of the nurses. My mom, like, they asking me questions. Like I said, I couldn't open my mouth. Like, I am terrified. And then a doctor that's not my doctor is performing the surgery. So I just have to come to grips with it. Okay. So after the procedure, and my baby comes out and they measure him, and I misspoke on the first video. I said he was 6'8", he was 6'6", but he still wasn't, like, he was 6'6". I was confused because I'm like, dang, my baby at normal weight. Like, why did I just have to go through this? I'm trying to enjoy the moment of like my baby being here, but I'm confused. I can't really ask these doctors. They don't know my case. I'm not their patient. Okay, I'm not their patient. And if you want to be honest, I don't recall seeing my doctor the whole time I was there, and I was discharged on Saturday. I came in on Monday and we discharged on Saturday. I don't recall seeing my doctor once, and my mom was there with me. She didn't see my doctor once. Okay. I honestly don't think I seen her until my post labor, checkup. With After that, what's the point of picking a doctor if you're not gonna have the experience with them? You send me to get induced and forget about me. Like, I was in there terrified. I was scared. I just thank God that He laid hands on the people in that operating room and at that hospital at the time that me and my child was going through it, because anything could have happened. Okay, anything could have happened. Y'all have to understand, like, that was not easy to go through. It was not easy at all, and it was painful. Like, it hurt, and I get emotional talking about my delivery all the time. Like, that's why I don't really like to talk about it, but it hurt. And don't, if you have a C-section, you have to keep having them. Like, I don't want to go through that. Like, I wanted kids, but if this is what I got to experience every time I have a kid, I don't want any more kids. I honestly feel like I was robbed of having the chance to ever have a baby naturally. Like, I couldn't get to experience that with my child. And then after he was born, he wasn't latching. He wasn't doing, I couldn't breastfeed. He had to be given a formula in the hospital. Like, I felt less than as a woman. Like, y'all telling me that I couldn't carry my baby. Now I can't breastfeed. Like, but he was at normal weight. So why did I have to go through all of that? And as far as me thinking that the induction has something to do with his delay, like there is a such thing as prolonged labor and effects of like contractions. And if a baby is left in the birth canal too long, and y'all can't tell me he wasn't in the birth canal, because if y'all see a picture of his head, it looked like it's been squished and prolonged for God knows how long. It looked like I had him vaginally and I didn't. Okay. I literally cannot be the only one with Google. Google it. My son is 2 now. He displays signs of autism, but I haven't got him tested yet because it's surprisingly enough a wait list to get tested. He does have developmental delays. And y'all can't tell me, all them people in them comments, that it's not a correlation, because other women have experienced it. On top of that, my genetic testing came back negative and it doesn't run on either side of the family. So as a mom, yes, I'm going to act like I'm going to be confused. I'm trying to figure out what is happening to my baby and why is he going through this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my child. I can only speculate. Like, I don't know for sure. I didn't say somebody was a direct reason, but it's so many things going through my mind. Like, nobody can take my experience away from me. I thought I was going to somebody that was going to protect me. She left me, and I was like, y'all, honestly, I just wanted answers. Like, I just want answers. Like, after my baby, I was dealing with postpartum depression. Like, I was depressed from the trauma of the labor and just everything else on top of that. So like I said, I am valid for whatever feelings that I have, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. If y'all want y'all experience to be however, like, that's not how I wanted to experience it, and I don't feel like I had to. Okay, I feel like.
So y'all, now I mean, let's look at some of Jackie's reviews, Dr. Jackie's reviews, cause I mean, ooh, Dr. Jackie, they coming for your head down there in the Atlanta streets, child. So let's check out and see what it say.
As African American women, we're a bit more dramatic, and that you go to the doctor and you complain and you complain and you complain, and you're not taken serious because you cried wolf the entire pregnancy. As African American women, we're a bit more dramatic, and that you go to the doctor and you complain and you complain and you complain.
Now, some people will say, in Dr. Jackie's defense, these are some old reviews. This ain't nothing new, people, but I mean, whether it's old, whether it's new, the sister we just listened to, she said that hers was, her baby's only 2 years old. So her experience with Dr. Jackie is very, new to her. She has a 2 year old. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to think about it. And I hate to bring it up, but I just, I feel like even with Shamia Morton and her baby girl, I mean, could that have been avoided? Could that baby, could they have known this was going on with her baby? This mother and this child has been going through so much since then. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All I know is Dr. Jackie, as a person that work in the birthing world, as a doula and as a woman who has had multiple children, and just as a black woman who look for us other black women to love us and care. Now, some people may argue that Dr. Jackie problem is that she's never birthed a baby, so therefore she can, she doesn't know, or she doesn't sympathize with us as much, or birthing mothers. But my thing is this: You've been in this field, sis, for a mighty long time. So I feel like that's not an excuse. That's just me. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So please let me know what you think about this whole Dr. Jackie situation, and people that are finally coming forward and saying that they had bad, birthing experience with her. You know what I'm saying? And these are these women's stories. So let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? It's your girl, Sister Girl, and I'll catch y'all. You know how we do it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.
No, I'm perfect, so go ahead and drink up. I'm so glad we got to link up. Taking that off me. I got the plug, I made the call.